Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Cardboard Commander and the Zone of Control podcast, episode number 48. Man, it looks like we got a full house already. And I could take this kind of personal because I don't know whether you guys are here to watch me or you're here to see our special guests that we're going to have on the show. So without further ado, I'm going to bring our special guest onto the show.
Welcome, baby. Let's go. I'm on the show. Woo, I'm pumped.
So we gotta give Jester a standing ovation here for coming on the show. So, folks, as you guys know, we have been chatting about this for about a month now, and Jester and I have decided to do a little thing on the second Tuesday of every month, and Jester's going to co-host the show with me. So we're excited.
And you're going to get double the views. I'm telling you, double the views. And then he's going to want me every week. But my people have already told me don't sign any contract until I talk to them first.
He's already trying to take credit for, last week I thanked you guys for 2,000 subscribers, and he's already trying to take credit for that. And and he's only been on the show for 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, let's just say Rough Swordsman. I love Rough Swordsman. He had like 200 subscribers when I first met him. And then I got him on my channel. We did a little live show together. And now he's like this big, huge star. When I subscribed to you, my friend, you had 147. I was number 147, I believe, subscriber. And you were nothing. And I had you on my show, and then all of a sudden you blew up. So let's be honest.
You're right. I owe it all to Jester and Nick. I know Jester may not have a life, but I have a life, and Friday nights are for my life. So, hey, and also Jester, I forgot to tell you. So when we got on the green room, he was saying, "Hey, Jerry, look, this is your show." So I don't know about you guys, but how can he come on my show wearing that Ohio State garb?
Baby, yeah. I thought for sure you're going to be wearing your Texas Tech, but
no, I'm still mourning my
year for us. I'm telling you, all your teams and all my teams, even the pros. I'm a Bills fan. You're a Broncos fan. We got screwed in the playoffs. I'm a Buckeyes fan. You're a Texas Tech fan. We both got screwed in the playoffs.
It's one of those things that hey, Christoph, how are you doing? So, guys, I'm trying to catch up here with the comments. We're just trying to get through this, but we're not going to change the format of the show too much. Tonight, like I said, we're going to kind of walk through what we're going to kind of do, and you guys are going to love the final segment of the show because Jester and I are going to go at it a little bit. And so there's Mike Buttercelli's on the chat. So.
Yeah, Mike was on my channel on last Wednesday, and we sat down and played a cooperative game called Sky Team, where it's a dice placement game, and you got to work together with your opponent, but you can't talk, and you have to try to figure out what he can do to help land the plane safely, and I have to do the same, like try to figure out like what dice I need to put in different locations that will help us land our plane safely. I will say, you take two experienced gamers like Mike Butterjelly and myself. First try, our plane came in perfectly and landed. Perfectly. Now, the second try, we won't talk about, but the first try was awesome.
And boy, we've got a good crowd in here so far. So I'm going to share the screen a little bit here and kind of get started. Again, I want to thank you guys. It's episode 48, which is hard to believe. In fact, Jester kind of put it into, it's almost a year. 52 weeks is almost a year. So pretty crazy.
It would be a year. Are you going to have a year celebration and give away games? I think there's a whole shelf of games you could give away.
Yeah, it's funny. I did just send a bunch of games to Noble Knight, but I do have some that I've gotten that I am going to give away. But I didn't even think about 50 doing a year thing. I had forgot. I'd forgot all about that. So I may do that. But folks, as you guys know, on the weeks, since the reason we're doing it the second Tuesday is we don't have to compete against the Compass podcast. So we can sit here and if we're over an hour or so, we can do that without having. Tonight we can't go over in an hour because Jester's doing his top 100. I can't even believe I couldn't even pick 100 games to talk about.
Top 100 board games of all time. Tonight is 21 down to 11. Yep.
So
and we've been running it. Myself and Phoenix Knight. We've been running it every night on my on my channel every Thursday and Sunday night. So when you asked me to start doing the show, I told you that I'd have to leave right at 8 o'clock. So
right. So we're gonna zoom through this. So look, the first thing we're gonna talk about is we're going to welcome our new host. We're going to talk about some videos we're doing. We've got some special guests lined up that is coming on. What we're playing. We're going to talk about some rule books that we're going through, and then we're going to talk about a little thing on the interweb just that stuff I've kind of taken off that we talked about, and then the Hex and Banter show, which we will explain at the end. That's going to be the kind of the highlight of the show. What Stuka says, who's watching the Compass stream?
I'm telling you guys, you do not want to miss Hex and Banter. If there's one thing I'm known for, is the yelly, screamy guy. And Jerry said, I'm going to allow you to come on my show and yell and scream. I'm like, okay, sign the paperwork. So
folks, it's kind of funny. The other day I was watching him. Well, I should say he was on live, so I went and watched him, and he was playing that, I don't know, that Warframe game that he plays or whatever. Gives me a headache just trying to watch it. But he ranted for like 25 minutes about certain characters and things that characters can't do. I couldn't turn away because it was hilarious, just him ranting.
Well, thank you.
I couldn't turn away. So,
seriously, before you get started on your stuff and talk about all the great things you have, I do have something honestly to say, and that is, congratulations on your 2,000 subscribers. I know I teased you and said, "Oh, you're back down to 199 because I unsubscribed." But to be honest, you've gained great respect in the community, and it's because you're, number one, a great guy. Number two, you're really honest, and number three, you're passionate about what you do. When you have those three characters, you're going to get somewhere in the world. So, congratulations to you, sir.
I really do appreciate it, and and I think I just like war games, right? And I just like hanging out and talking about war games. So, hey, I want you guys to check out that. So, look, ID Jester needs no introduction, but look at that picture I found of him. Yeah, wow. that I went and got the best I could from you there, buddy. But Jester, welcome aboard. Why don't you give a quick 2-minute little synopsis? Maybe there's somebody on here who doesn't know who you are, and you have that little channel of yours.
Yeah, I just have a little channel, just over 5,000 subscribers. We just keep growing, about a couple hundred every year. I've actually been on YouTube for 15 years or longer now. Actually, it's probably just 16 years. I just love board gaming. I love war gaming. I love sports gaming. I love gaming in general, PC gaming, whatever. I have been a gamer my whole life, since day one, and we do it all on my channel. As Jerry said, I play some Warframe. I play a lot of board games. I kind of a little obsessive about it. I usually put out somewhere in the neighborhood of 600 to 700 videos a year. As Jerry mentioned, I do my top 100 countdown, which is my Super Bowl every year, and we have a lot of fun on our channel. Everything I do is live. We do a monthly review show, and not only that, but we've got several new projects in the work, and I'm really looking forward to 2026. It's going to be an awesome year. Last year, we had over 600 games played, and we had 79 new games on my channel. So it was a great year, and I'm hoping 2026 is going to be the same. So if you're a gamer, come on over, join up.
Yeah, guys, it's well worth it, because I guarantee you he's going to throw a rant out there every once in a while, and it's great. It's great video. And Mike, so I don't know if you know this, Jester, but Mike is a Raiders fan.
Yeah,
and he doesn't like my Bronco gear.
No,
and I can understand why, and.
Yeah, I mean, I started getting popular when I started yelling and screaming about some of the game companies out there. And it's because I don't do it to be funny. I don't do it to be flashy. I do it to be honest and give people my honest opinion about things. And sometimes, it drives me crazy. And somebody's got to say something. Like, I will take full credit in this, but remember a couple years ago when GMT, my favorite war game company of all time, stopped putting baggies in the box. And who had a meltdown about this? 4 months later, they started putting baggies back in because they heard so many negative comments about the fact that they removed baggies. So everyone's voice out there matters as long as you do it with love and respect.
It's kind of funny you say that because I don't know if you remember, it's been 5 or 6 shows, 7 shows ago, but I talked about I was frustrated with ASL, with the MMP because the starter kits weren't coming out. And 2 days later, after I did my show, they announced that they were republishing everything.
Yes,
so
yes,
I'm sure I'm taking all.
You get credit. You absolutely take credit for that. Absolutely,
I'm taking all the credit for that. So like I said, Jester, thank you for joining us. You're gonna be huge on the show, and you're gonna keep me relevant, which I like. So so we're happy about that. But so we're gonna go ahead and jump in. So I've got some special guests lined up. I'll be reaching out to a few people. I'm waiting to hear back from a few people. But I do have Doug. So I don't know if you guys have been watching some of my Italy 43 videos, but Doug from Battlefield Banter, he and I have been playing Italy 43 and doing it a little bit online, both learning the game together. And so they'll be joining us. Him and his counterpart will be joining us on the 26th. So if you guys haven't checked out their channel, they do a lot of newbie kind of playing games. So go check out their channel. Support them, tell them Jerry sent you, and that'd be great. So we are going to be getting some more people on the show. As you guys know, I kind of struggle with that because, I don't want to be tied down by it because, as you guys know, I get in the summertime and things get a little crazy, and sometimes I just do recorded shows. But I have heard from the masses, and I know some people want to have more people on. So I think we'll be doing more of that. So stay tuned for our special guests. So a couple things I got
having guests on is obviously that takes a lot of the show away and a lot of the details and information that you can sit down and just share and talk about. You now have to spend talking to your special guests. And sometimes I know on the War Room, it was a good break to have guests, but sometimes there's certain guests come on the show and you don't know anything about them, and then you get them on the show and they won't shut up. There was one designer and Rough Swordsman and Tony and myself. We talked about this, that after he wouldn't shut up the whole time, we couldn't get a word in on our show. So we're never having this guy back ever.
Right. Yeah. And that's why, when you and I talk, I want to be able to have some banter back and forth. And I really respected the fact you say, hey, Jerry, it's your show. You do your thing and I'll join in. So, guys, we'll talk about a little bit of what's on the table. So I got Rocket Chickamauga back there. It's all set up. I've been reading the rules and going through that. Then I've got another game from Neva, Sea and Still. It's about voyages. And you guys know that's a little out of my wheelhouse. I'm not a big but I am going to play it and give it a try. The game's great, and I really like Iwo Jima, so I'm going to be giving that a shot. So you're going to be seeing some content on that. And Jester, what have you been playing? Have you been playing any war games, Jester?
That is a great question. Let me look at my list here real quick. I did play something. I'm just trying to think of what it was. Not too long ago on the channel. What was it?
I don't know. What was it? I didn't even know if you still played war games. I just thought you might have retired.
Wow, that was that. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, that is true. As I talked about in my end of review from 2025, wargaming for myself took kind of a backseat in 2025. For various reasons I won't get into right now, but in 2026, I'm more dedicated to bringing it back and doing something more regularly. In fact, I'm thinking about starting a Wednesday show, a weekly Wednesday show called War Game Wednesday, which, funny enough, you sent me the logo for because I'm like, Jerry, I love your logos. You think you can come up with something? So you sent me a great logo for that. And so I'm still working on the format. And I think I'm going to have on a special guest every week, a new special, person like yourself, and have a different subject to talk about and talking about wargaming and stuff. So that'll help me get back more into it. The other thing I've decided to do is come up with a more of a set schedule. As you know, most war games last a little while, especially when you're playing them solo and you're taking your time. So usually 2 or 3 sessions, like I don't have the space to keep something set up. So I've decided to do more of like a Sunday night show where we play a game and we save it and progress through it. And I want to keep more things structured on my channel so people know, oh, it's Sunday night. Jester might be running his show tonight or whatever. So, and that probably helps you, Jerry, with Thursday night people going, oh shit, it's Thursday. Jerry's on. I got to go see Jerry.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because everybody's been so good about, not being on when other people are on. And I think that's one great thing about this community, right? Is that we take each other. Look, there's plenty of room for everybody. And I like the fact that we jump around, bouncing back and forth on shows, because I think that, not everybody can come on a Wednesday night or a Thursday night or whatever. And so it's cool that we get to do that and everything. So I really do like that part of it. Now, Jester, I also, I'm glad you like the logo. I know some people, my production value, I try to do the production value thing. And so, we're going to have to raise your bar a little bit when it comes to, doing that.
I gotcha. Okay.
I have a face made for radio, so I can't just have people staring at me.
Wow. You're very good with the graphics. Very, very professional and great.
So on Vassal lately, you guys all know I've been playing Italy 43 with Doug. I've played some Imperial Tide last week. Have you played that game, Jester?
No, I've not played Imperial Tide. No.
I think you'd really like it. Nice car. I call it kind of Paths of Glory Light.
Yeah. I've been looking at getting that one since Nate had talked about it on the War Room show last year. I just haven't picked it up yet. And I keep meaning to, but I just didn't get it yet.
Well, there's Dicey. Dave says he's excited for your show on Wednesday. Thanks for coming by, Dicey. Yeah. So Imperial Tide, been playing that. They updated the Vassal module. Don't get me started on Compass Games and Vassal modules, but somebody updated the Vassal module. And then, of course, I don't play a lot of live ASL starter kit, but I play a lot of play by email starter kit. So I have 2 or 3 games going on all the time there.
And then you also have you were playing your sports games this week as well. I know that you were talking about playing I'm not sure which one it was, fast deck football or something like that.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that a little later here in the show.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Just and I'm going to, because I've had some questions of people asking why I took some of the sports games off of the channel, and so we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But so rule book. So Jester, do you like to read rule books, or are you more of a?
I have never read a rule book in my lifetime. I don't learn games by reading rule books. I either watch someone play or I put the pieces out and start moving things around. Rule books, I shouldn't say like reading a rule book. I consider sitting down, reading page by page by page until you read the whole thing. I've never done that. I've sat down and read sections of rule booklets, but I've never sat down and read like from the beginning of the rule booklet to the end of the rule booklet. It just doesn't work for me.
Yeah, so I like to read. I'll go through it, so I'll read the entire thing from cover to cover. Well, I'll say I read it. I kind of brisk through it, and then I go to the sequence of play, and then kind of. I love games that reference when you're doing the sequence of play. It'll say, okay, you do this task, and here's the reference, and so I'll go look at the reference and bounce back and forth. But as you know, Empire of the Sun, it's a different beast, and I've been going through the.
It's a monster game. Yep.
Yeah, and I've been going through the example of play, which is great, but I've caught myself having to really go back and forth because the system's just different than what most people are used to, and that sort of thing. But I've still got people have been saying, "Oh, you haven't been posting a lot." I go, man, it's something you can't rush into, and to do it right, I want to make sure I'm learning it correctly and everything. I have been on the blog. I've been putting some stuff up there on the blog, but yeah, it's a challenge to get to some of this stuff. But all right, so we
say rule books and wargaming have come a long way in the last couple of years, and they're much better than they used to be, obviously, but they're still way behind. When you look at a game, and this is a game called Luthier. It's a Euro game, and this is the rehearsal book where they go and do like what you just did, step by step, play, and talk with examples and show you screenshots of everything. This is a play-by-play that is literally 29 pages long. So you can learn the game by sitting down and just reading through this and going and following their examples of play as they go through it. And you can see like it's pretty awesome on how they did that to learn how to play.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that war game designers or war game publishers can learn from these Euro companies is, man, you look at the rule, and components, right? Euro components are great for the most part. You did that Galactic Cruise or one of those, man, that game's a masterpiece. It's beautiful, and the rule book it's like a travel guide, learn how to be. I mean, it's awesome, and I think more war game company, publishers could do that. Carrier back. Oh yeah, I hear you're supposed to put some videos out, Christoph, but I haven't seen any yet. So I'm just, I just thought you were supposed to be doing that. But so as you guys know, at this time, I try to do a segment called Things from the Interweb. And it's basically just things that I've seen online. Like last week, we talked about the guy who said I was an idiot for playing sports games online and, that sort of thing. But this week, I want to shout out again. Thank you guys for 2,000 subscribers. Unbelievable. Really do appreciate you guys. And a tip of the hat to you guys. I just, the community has been fantastic. And man, I never thought it was going to happen. And I owe it all to Jester. So I want to make sure that, everybody knows that. And yeah, I appreciate it. If you guys have not seen this Kickstarter, so this went live yesterday at 10 o'clock in the morning. And if we go check it out, it has raised, the goal was $10,000. It has raised $26,000. So this is the Forlorn Hope, a Herman Luttman game on World War I. You guys know I love me some World War I. And it's a little different than what I would, that I'm accustomed to, because if you scroll through it, you can still back it, by the way. But if you scroll through it, it's a card-driven game. It's kind of a take your chance kind of game, that sort of thing, which I do like. But look at this, folks. There's pieces. So he's actually got miniature pieces that you can have, and I know it's kind of hard to see on there, but there's going to be little stand-ups on the game. So it's something a little different. It's not your regular hex encounter type game, but the cards and everything look amazing. There's a whole bunch of stuff, but there's some of the graphics that you're going to see. The cards look amazing. There's going to be, it said over 200 components. There's going to be 36 printed wood standees, 4 nations, 100 poker sized cards. There's going to be specialized dice. How cool is all that? And they've gotten, if you jumped on it early, you get all the stretch goals. So you can see how all the stretch goals have been made. There's only down to a couple more. So I'm really excited for Herman's game. I really, and look, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a huge hit. I'm really looking forward to getting it. It's a good price if you get it now. And again,
Warfrat, right? Yeah, Warfrat, yeah.
Yeah. So Warfrat Games is putting it out. So if you guys have not checked that out, you guys should go check that out. Because look, Mr. Lutman knows how to make a game, right? So I just didn't know, Jester, if you had seen that or not. So
I have not actually seen that. You are the first one to mention that to me. And I just talked to Herman, texted him yesterday, and he did not mention that it was being released. So that's great news. It's awesome news. I will definitely be jumping in on this one and buying it. And I might even buy 2 copies because at one point in the War Room show, we were actually going to give away 2 copies of this game. So I still feel bad that someone out there didn't get a copy. So I might try to pick up an extra copy just to give one away on my channel.
Yeah, the thing, and you can buy. I think it's one of them. One of the levels is, I think you pay $79 and you get 2 games. I think something like that. So
nice.
Yeah, so it's it was pretty good. Let's see, Herman original submission to Victory Point Games, which was turned down by the company. So he made Magnificent Style using the system, which is a pretty darn good game. But hey, so here's a question for you, Jester. Christoph's always online, if you haven't noticed.
He's up till 2 o'clock in the morning, through 3 o'clock his time. Yes, he's crazy. I don't know how he does it.
He's always I only need 4 or 5 hours of sleep as well, but this guy, man, I do the counters and coffee thing on Tuesday mornings, at 7 o'clock in the morning my time, and he's up and he's watching the show now. It's got to be midnight over there now, and he's always up. So Christoph's always been a big supporter, and I appreciate that. So, but yeah, I just thought that was weird. So yeah, so Forlorn Hope, that's something I'm kind of looking forward to and getting into that.
He's in Belgium, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I'm going to be in Germany in April. I'm going to be in Germany. We're going there for my 60th birthday.
Okay.
I could bring over some copies of some games and sell them over there to Christoph there.
And so you hear that, Christoph? So you can meet up with the one and only ID Jester, and maybe even play. Look, might get him to play a war game.
Maybe.
Maybe get to play a war game. But
I will be in Berlin we're going to be there for 3 days. So yeah, if you're going to be coming to Germany, come on over.
Now, do you have family there, or are you just going over to visit?
We're going on a cruise. We're taking a river cruise.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. That'll be a lot of fun.
Down into Czechoslovakia, and I forget where we're going. A whole bunch of areas. I'd have to call the wife in on that one. I don't know.
Okay. And Christoph says, when do you go to Berlin?
I'll be there. I'll have to get the exact dates, but the cruise is 2 weeks, so it's like the 13th through the 27th or something like that.
We're going to go 2 weeks without anything from ID Jester online?
2 weeks, yes. And I told the wife I cannot go till after the 2nd Thursday of the month because I've got a show I've got to do.
There you go. And don't bring me into that. I don't want to be the cause of any of those issues. And, but hey, so we're going to segue over. So again, if you guys haven't heard, I just get up and make my coffee and we have a little chat, and it's about anything and everything on Tuesday mornings. I would do it anyhow. So I just get up and we don't necessarily talk about anything in particular, but we talk for 20, 30 minutes and then I get my day going. So if you guys get a chance, come by and check out Coffee Encounters. And I like the new logos.
That's a very nice logo. I don't know how you do it, sir. I'm so jealous.
And it's all knowing how to put the prompt into AI. That's all it is.
I don't do any of that stuff, so I don't know, but it looks great, and that's why when I was looking at War Game Wednesday, I thought if there's somebody that could make me a pretty decent counter, it'd be Mr. Zone of Control podcast man himself.
There you go. So, all right. And now this is what we were talking about earlier. So you guys had noticed I had started playing some sports games on the channel, and the more I thought about it, the more I didn't like the idea of having them mixed on there because it's mostly a war game channel. I don't play any other games on there. So I still wanted to make the content because if you guys know, I play in an APBA baseball league, and I played in one for over 20 years. And I like to do one game a week on that, and we play live. So whoever I'm playing out of our league, we come on. And so I was putting some of that online. And then I started watching some. So Jester had a game on season ticket football, I think it was. And so you guys know I'm not a crafts kind of guy, right? So I don't want to do the print and play war game thing. I'm not cutting counters out. I'm not doing all that. But the PDF system for sports games is a game changer. And because if you guys are familiar, APBA baseball, you buy cards, and there's lots of cards because every player has a card. Well, unfortunately, it's $100 to buy the cards. And so it gets real expensive. Well, now a lot of game companies are doing the PDF thing where you pay $5. They send you the PDF and you can print them or you put them in a notebook. Like I've got my season ticket all in one notebook. And here, I'll show you guys real quick. But it's all just PDFs. It's just printed out. And I can play anything and everything right here with this. It doesn't, the games are free. They give you the rules and everything for free. And then you just go buy the teams. And the teams, like I said, are anywhere between $3 to $5. And so it's made the gaming very affordable, the sports gaming. So I've decided to branch out because I was still making content. I just decided to do it on a different channel. So if you guys like sports games and you want to do that, go check out Bald Guy Sports Games and just subscribe there. And that's where I'll be doing everything sports game oriented. Like I said, I'd be doing it here, but I just didn't want to mix up the two. So I decided I would do that. So go check out Bald Guy Sports Games if you like sports games. If you don't, just hang out with us for wargaming stuff. So you like sports games.
It's interesting because you're doing what I thought about like 5 years ago when I'm like, man, my channel is mostly war games and I'm branching out and playing more Euro games. I'm playing more sports games. Do I create a different channel? And at that time, I decided I was just going to put everything on because, for me, everything's kind of 2025 was a down year for wargaming, but 2024 was a down year for sports gaming. I didn't do as much sports gaming. It just wasn't as interesting in 2024. So I go through these ebb and flows. So I decided, I'm just going to create one channel and just put everything on one thing. It'll be easier for me. But I can see a lot of people now that have multiple different channels to keep their different set of people happy. I think one of the problems with the way I've done it, if just for my, information to share, is I think I would have a lot more subscribers if I was more dedicated to one aspect, whether it was sports gaming or war gaming or whatever. You get everyone from that community. When you only do a few sports games and a few war games and a few Euro games, then the people that come to watch them go, well, he's only once in a while, so I'm not going to subscribe. I'll just come back and check his channel every once in a while. So there's goods and bads for having multiple channels. It is going to be a lot more work for Jerry, so good luck on that.
Well, I thought that too, but I would be making the videos anyhow. So now it's just uploading it to a different platform. That's, it's just a different channel.
Remember to change that though. That's going to be the biggest thing is you're going to have to change because there are different links to the different channels.
Right. So it's kind of funny. So ask Stuka and I think Christoph, they actually watched one of my motorcycle, because I have a motorcycle channel, and they actually watched a video on there because I put the wrong link out. And I went live, but it was on the Cardboard Commander thing talking about motorcycles. And so I've got a checklist right by my computer that says, hey, go make sure you're on the right channel and everything. But I do like the sports game stuff. And like I said, I like to play. I play more of the sports games late at night when my wife goes to bed and I can't, I just sit here at the computer and I'll put on a basketball game and I'll just play a game or something. And so I've always enjoyed playing sports games. So it's it's kind of cool. As Stuka says, there's pluses in and so right now, Stuka, it's kind of funny. I have 3 channels now because of my motorcycle off-road channel plus Cardboard Commander plus the sports games thing. But again, I'd be making the content anyhow. It's just making sure you put it on different channels. I did a motorcycle video earlier this week, that sort of thing. So it's not bad. And the good thing is Cardboard Commander and the motorcycle videos, they're monetized. So at least I'm making a little bit off that to counter the time and effort that I'm putting into that and being able to get equipment and stuff like that. I'm not going to get rich, but at least it helps a little bit with that. So go check out Bald Guy Sports Games. Jester, go subscribe for me. And
I'll subscribe for you. Yeah, I'll subscribe. And we'll actually probably get together and play a sports game or two one of these days.
That would be awesome. Yeah, that would be great.
A lot of games I can teach you, show you all. I have 23 different baseball sims that I own. So I'm sure you have not played 23 different ones, and I got a lot that I can show you.
And so here's my thing. I'm playing fast inning baseball, which is kind of it's not a batter by batter, it's an inning by inning game, which is kind of cool and, kind of beer and pretzel. I love me some APBA baseball, and I give Phoenix Knight a hard time because every time I go to his channel, he's bad mouthing APA. That would be great. So guys, go check it out. That's enough sports talk for us. And now, folks, we're at the point of where you guys are going to really enjoy this show. So I'm going to kind of break down the rules of what Hex and Banter are going to be like, and we'll kind of get into this a little bit. So first thing is we are going to pick. So this week I got to pick the topic because it's my show. But going forward, the way this is going to work is we will pick a topic and it'll be a proposition thing. So each person will get 2 minutes. 2, Jester. That's all you get. 2. And to speak about your point, to give your positive thoughts about your point, okay? And then I will get 2 minutes too. So whoever picks the topic gets to go last, okay? And then after you do your 2 minutes, I do my 2 minutes, then we get 2 minutes each to rebut what the other person said. So we get to tell them how full of crap they are and how wrong they are, okay? And then the cool thing about this, folks, is there's 38 people in this chat. You guys get to decide who wins the argument. And whoever wins gets to pick the topic for the following week. So this is going to start a really bad trend for Jester because I think he's going to lose a lot on here. And
means I'm going to have to be practicing ranting, I guess.
So the hard part for Jester is going to be the 2 minute thing, I think. But to solve that, I'm actually going to have a timer, and we're going to have a timer, and I will buzz him, and we'll do the ding 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 if we have to, and he can do that to me as well because I know some of this stuff. I'm going. No, Jonathan. Like I said, we're done with the sports talk. You're in the right place. Nick says, I like Nick. I love driving and diving. And what the heck are you talking about? Oh, not possible in Christoph, interesting. A formal debate. Yeah, I don't know how formal it's going to be, but it's going to be a debate. A rant will help, Mike says. See, so this is where Jester has a little bit of advantage on me because I can rant. I don't know if I can rant like Jester rants. So I'm gonna have to get my ranting skills up.
So the subject for today's show is did we talk about that? Oh, there we go.
Nope. So today's topic is what is the best tactical game system for a new player? So what is the best tactical for a new player? Okay. And I'm going to pull up the clock here. And I'm going to move this over here so we have a clock. And Jester, you're going to get 2 minutes to tell us what your game is. So are you ready?
No, hang on just a moment.
Okay.
I gotta get my notes in position so I can see my notes.
Look, here's people already voting for me. So see,
I know I stand no chance, but I'm ready.
All right. So here we go. You're on.
All right. So my tactical choice game is Lock and Load Tactical. The reasons are it's a huge, massive box. You get a 3 to 4 inch box in this, and it's packed full of stuff in it. It's loaded with all kinds of scenarios and maps and counters and all kinds of crazy stuff. Woo! Then Lock and Load, if you're interested in getting in this system and you're not sure about it, they give you a free download of the rules and all the charts and scenarios. It's completely free from their website. The game looks great and it plays super, super smooth. And I can't see the counter, so I don't know how much longer I have. The maps look three-dimensional, and they also have shadow effects on the maps. The counters are bigger. They're not half-inch counters. They're 5-inch counters. The game is easy to learn and understand. You take your attack and you add in whatever modifiers you have, and you add a D6. You take the defender, add in any modifiers he has, roll a D6. If the attacker rolls higher than the defender, then the defender has to do a damage check. It's that simple. You learn the game, and I just taught it to you in literally 15 seconds. The system is great because it has 12 different variations of it. There's modern days, there's Vietnam, there's Western, Eastern Front, Western Front, Mediterranean. There is tons and tons of really cool scenarios. You have a dedicated solo mode. Most of us play solo. It's a dedicated solo a dedicated solo mode now incorporated into Lock and Load Tactical. And in the recent Lock and Load Tactical, there is a embedded solo mode already in the box, ready to go for each of the different scenarios. And to win, they have pre-rounded counters. Cha-ching. No counter clipping.
All right. Wow. I'm proud of you, Jester. You did that in 2 minutes. No problem whatsoever. And all right. So I'm going to jump on mine real quick. So, folks, I'm not even going to have to get all excited about this. The best entry-level tactical war game is ASL Starter Kit. And the reason being is here's the rule book, folks. 24 pages of rules to learn one of the best tactical war games on the planet. And you can get into this game, and if you really like it, it opens up a big door for you to get into ASL itself, the big game. So it opens up a horizon for new people to realize that, okay, hey, I can play this game, or I can dive in and I can play the big game. The great thing about ASL Starter Kit is there's only 4 main modules. And the way they do the game is you can learn the game. The first box is infantry. The second box is guns. The third box is tanks. And the fourth box is Pacific. So all you need is to buy. And the cool thing about it is you can get the boxes for $30. So it's very affordable. It's easy to get. It's easy to learn. There is a bigger community of ASL online than anywhere else. And You can always play a game. You can always get a game. Vassal, they have just made a great job of doing ASL starter kit online and ASL. There's plenty of resources out there. The game company's really good. MMP puts out a great product, and they're always moving forward because it's one of those game systems that's not going away. The company is very viable, and it's a very easy game to learn. So this is really kind of a no-brainer. If you're a newbie and you want to learn a tactical game, ASL starter kit's the way to go. All right, let's take a breath. So we've already got some comments in here. The peanut gallery is already working a little bit here, so we'll see what they say. So there's only two of us, folks, and we could only pick one game. So at the end of this, we're going to talk about what other games we could have included, right? Jester is a pro. You know, he did good there. He did good. What did Memoir 44, right? That's a good game to start. I played my first game of that online. I think you saw that, Jester. There's a negative Nancy right there. Man, we don't want to.
Do not ban him. He is there. He's a very smart guy. He's a very smart gentleman.
Boy, there's some people here I'm going to have to ban. Viper Dave, I really like you, man, but we may have to be kicking some of you guys out of here. And so all right. So now, Jester, you get 2 minutes to tell me why I am full of crap and why ASL Starter Kit's not the game. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Go for it.
All right. As Viper Dave said, and I didn't need anyone to help me on this. If you live in 1970, ASL and ASL Starter Kit are great. Like if you see everything in monochrome, then ASL will look perfect for you. Like 16-bit graphics, like what Jerry's computer is probably 16-bit. Like that's what he does. That's what he's on. He's like on an old Commodore 64 or something, I think. Like this is a system from 1970 that hasn't grown up. It hasn't done anything positive in the community. The counters are half-inch counters, and they don't come pre-rounded, folks, which means you have to counter clip, and half of your half-inch counter's gone. So your half-inch counter is now a quarter of an inch. So I hope you have a magnifying glass. The only way to play ASL starter kit is with a magnifying glass, and what you do is you hold different of the little, like when you're in grade school and they have the different colored papers, you put the different colored papers behind the magnifying glass, so that way you see the different colors of the different units. And ooh, isn't this cool? Isn't this fun? They took all the important rules out of ASL because we were going to try and make something really easy for people, and so you don't get any of the sniper stuff. You don't get any of the bypass movement stuff. You don't get any of the important rules of the game. So they're basically not even teaching you the full game. So people play the starter kit and go, oh, this is pretty cool. I like this. I'm going to play ASL. And they try to get into ASL and they can't. So what good is ASL starter kit? You better spend your money over on Lock and Load. Get the Lock and Load Tactical. You'll get a great game with a great system with pre-rounded counters that look great, 3-dimensional maps, and you won't need to use your glasses at all. I win.
Wow. Well, so that was good, Jester. I have to give it to you. That was pretty good. Let's see what the peanut gallery has to say here. I think I'm losing a little bit here because these people don't have an open mind, and I think I'm but I'm going to sway them here in a minute. Look at all these people. No, ID Jester doesn't win. I haven't gone yet. He doesn't get to win yet. And but he is a pro. He is a pro at that. So, and all right, folks. Well, here I go. I'm going to try and do the best that I can here. So the first thing I want to say is there's a reason that Lock and Load has pre-rounded counters and all those cartoonish looking graphics on their game, because the game's never finished. The rules aren't finished. It's one of those games that you start playing it and then you realize, oh, they didn't think about this, this, or this. And in a tactical game, that's one thing that you really want to have, is you want to have some detail. And it's all glossed over in Lock and Load, but They sure will take your pocketbook because there's 30,000 different games that they want you to buy, but none of them are clean. None of them are finished. They just get them started, and then they just say, oh, well, now we're going to go to modern day, and now we're going to go to this, or we're going to go to here's my thing. Just finish one of the games and make it playable so people can actually want to join the game. And then when they make their cute little counters, what is up with the artwork? It looks like a third grader did the artwork. And the reason I play Starter Kit is I like a game that has meat, that is about the game. It's not about what color the counters are, and it's not about how goofy the box looks. And the good thing is the games are complete. And so, and then I shouldn't say this, but Lock and Load, can you buy the game? Can you ever buy the game? It's always, you can go buy Steam if you want to stare at a little computer screen and do that, but then you're not playing a war game, you're playing a computer game. So I don't even know why. Look, Lock and Load is the second-hand maiden when it comes to tactical games. It shouldn't even be mentioned in the same system as the almighty ASL Starter Kit. And I disagree with Jester. You can go right from Starter Kit and start playing ASL within 10 minutes, and that's all. And I'm going to win, and you guys don't let Jester vote. I'll stop right there. Whew.
All right.
You know,
not bad discussion.
It's one of those things. Just I got to get better at the rant. You've got the rant down. I do think you have that down. I have to practice on. I may have to go see a consultant on how to rant. And oh my God, yeah. See, can you guys vote for him? Actually, so Kevin, okay, Kevin, you're never going to be a friend, Kevin. That's there you go. See, Robert's got the right idea. See.
I would say here's what we're trying to get on this. Okay, this isn't about, okay, personally for me, for you guys in the chat, you can just put us back up, Jerry. I think it should be, you guys should vote on who did the best debate. What if you hate ASL or you hate Lock and Load, you should put that aside and figure out who did the best debate, who brought up the most best points, and who did their side the best, I think is what we're trying to get out of this. Not like if we do favorite versus favorite, we know who's going to win every time. Like the favorite's going to win. So, Stuka Joe, it's time to ban that guy. I tell you.
So Stuka's coming. He thinks it's a tie, which ties suck, right? It's like, dating your sister, I guess, if that's the saying or whatever. So playing the game and not the man, they're a bit CC. Well, that's true. That's true.
I mean, as you discussed, some of the points that you brought up, I think are very valid about Lock and Load Tactical. And I think you did a really good job defending your side. And I think it's about who if you were neutral, like if you were on the fence on both of these, which salesman sold their product to you the best?
So, okay, guys, here's the way we're going to do this. All I want you to do is type in either CC or IDJ for your vote. So just type in CC or IDJ, and we'll give it a couple minutes here, and then we'll talk about, so I know, Jester, so if you could have picked a second game to tell a newbie about tactical warfare, what game would you have picked?
I think it would be the same one you would pick, Combat Commander.
Okay, yeah, and I thought about doing that, but
then been our number one, but we can't both argue for Combat Commander because it kind of makes the segment not work, because we both love Combat Commander. It's a great game. It's chaos. We've played it together online many times. We're hopefully going to be doing that again this year and having a great time. And I see too many CCs there, so the IDJ fan club needs to get busy on that keyboard over there.
Somebody said Town Hall. That's funny. And then somebody voted for Stuka. So it looks like you've taken.
Besides Combat Commander, okay. if I was going to pick another game tactical system, ooh, that's a tough decision, man.
How about old school tactical?
That would be very high on the list. I really like old school tactical. I own all old school tactical. It's a great game. The only thing I don't like about it is it's one huge map, unlike ASL starter kit, where you take the little maps and you make your own map out of the little maps. Oh, there we go. The ADJ fan club has arrived, Farnley. Thank you.
We're going to give it, let's see where we're at. We're at 6:50. We're going to give it 2 more minutes because we got to get Jester out of here, and he's got to get going to his show. So 2 more minutes. Right now, Jester's leading 5-3. So
ooh, come on.
There's 30 people in this chat. So, look, there's CC. It looks like you have 2 cameras filming at once and splits up your screen. What?
Oh, because he already voted for me, and now he's voting for you. He's on the fence, I guess. He's definitely on the fence there.
That is weird. See my camera?
Yeah, it was like the left side is locked out. Yep.
Yeah, it's like
I should win just because of that. I think.
I guess so, and I'm going to put myself as small then, so you guys. Oh, there's another vote. Look, CC.
Joshua, you're the man. Thank you, Brian. You're a good man, sir. Viper Dave, I know he voted for me. He's a good man. He actually lives 10 minutes from me, right around the corner. So
and you still voted for him?
Yep, and we've actually gamed together several times. So I'm hoping to get back with Viper Dave this year. So he was supposed to move to Atlanta, and then he changed things. So now he's going to stay in my area another year. So,
wow, that's weird. Well, guys, here's what we're going to do. ID Jester wins week 1 of the competition here. So give it up for a round of applause for Mr. ID Jester. He did a good job and he won. So next week he will get to pick the title and get to pick what's going on. So we appreciate you guys. So do you guys like this idea? It's kind of fun, right? You know, oh, here comes some late votes for me, but that's okay. We'll let that. What's Duke?
So I would love to hear in the chat, for those people that voted for me, what was the reasoning? What was the comment or whatever I mentioned that said, "Oh yeah, was it the pre-rounded counters? Was it the amount of content you get? Was it the solo mode? Was it the fact that I was talking about 16-bit graphics and how small the counters are with ASL? What was the debate that sent you over to my side, I guess?" And it was a great fun because I think Jerry did a really good job on. I mean, he convinced me. I almost said, "Okay, I give up. You win," because he was doing a really good job.
Okay, Jonathan, you're hitting below the belt there, partner.
Oh, and yeah, by the way, it's not like Combat Commander all over. Oh yes, it's like Combat Commander all over again because I beat him in Combat Commander.
He did.
He ended up beating me in Great War Commander. So we're 1-1 in the Great War Combat Commander system. But just like everything else, I ended up beating him down. So
he did. And so Jester, the verdict is in. You win, my friend. So congratulations. It pains me to say that, but again, what would you guys recommend? I've seen some people in here talking about other games. Let's see, what did Christoph say? I loved it. You talked exactly 2 minutes. There you go, and summarized everything. All right, Christoph, I thought you were my friend. And
Christoph, you're great. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate. He's been a great content helper, and I'm hoping to play Wolfpack with him someday. We need to do that.
Yeah, in fact I owe Mike for sure. So we need to get that. And see, I think I should win just for that, just for keeping you under 2 minutes. And
we want to unveil next next time subject to let people think about it.
Yeah, sure. What do you want to subject?
Okay. So since I won, I get to pick next month's topic, and the topic for next month is the best 40x game from the Mark Seminich system. So the best one from the 40X Mark Seminich system. And I'm going to go with 1944 Normandy.
Yeah, as you guys know, I love me some 40 series games. I'm a big Seminich fan. I like Normandy 44, but it is not the best game of the 40 series. I would say the best game of the 40 series, in fact, I'm going to agree with Brian, it's Stalingrad. I think it's the
curveball coming in.
I think it's the best one. So we'll discuss
frazzled. He lost today. He's frazzled already. He's trying to throw curveballs to the Grandmaster.
I've got to do something, and then, like I said, my camera is even all jacked up, so I don't even know how you do that. That's crazy.
That's amazing.
But folks, we're gonna let Jester. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna let everybody go. I really do appreciate everything that you guys do. We're right at an hour. Again, thanks for telling us to support. Hit that thumbs up. Do all that YouTube stuff. I want to thank all the people who have bought me a cup of coffee. I really do appreciate that. Every little bit helps. I really do thank that. Jester, thank you for coming on, buddy. I really do appreciate it.
Next month, it was a lot of fun, and I can't believe it's an hour already. Good God.
It's crazy how quick it went by. And so, all right, everybody, we'll talk to you all soon. And until next time, everybody, be safe, be kind. Happy wargaming, everybody. Take care. And now